Be ready, because no one saw this coming. While the world moves forward in its usual rhythm, people preoccupied with their daily routines, something monumental is quietly unfolding beneath the surface. Today is not just another ordinary day marked on the calendar. It's not simply March 23rd. It carries a significance that most have overlooked, a hidden pattern encrypted within the fabric of time itself. Numbers are not random. They are the language of the universe, a cosmic code that governs existence. And today, the numbers are speaking louder than ever before. Patterns emerge when the veil between the seen and unseen begins to thin, when reality itself starts to bend and shift. This is one of those days, a moment in time where the energetic frequencies align to create an opening, a portal that is more than just symbolic. If you think this is mere superstition or coincidence, think again. The signs have always been there, but only those tuned into the right wavelength will recognize them. One such code is 333. In numerology, in esoteric teachings, in sacred knowledge passed down through ages, this number has always been associated with alignment, transformation, and the activation of higher consciousness. It is a signal from the universe, an invitation to awaken to a greater truth. And today, this code is woven directly into the structure of time itself. March, the third month of the year, sets the stage. Then comes 2025. When you break it down, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, you arrive at 2025-9, which, when split into its fundamental components, reveals 3 plus 3 plus 3, a perfect alignment. Even if you analyze it differently, subtracting numbers in another way, the number 3 continues to appear, reinforcing its significance. This is no accident. This is a wake-up call, a shift in the very essence of what we perceive as reality. But what does this mean for you? Whether or not you consciously realize it, this energetic shift is already in motion. Those who are sensitive to these frequencies may feel an unexplainable sense of anticipation, as though something is about to change. Some may experience vivid dreams, synchronicities, or a sudden clarity about their path in life. Others may notice odd occurrences, technology behaving strangely, time seeming to move differently, or even moments of déjà vu so powerful they feel like glimpses into alternate realities. And this is just the beginning. The portal represented by 333 is not merely about seeing repeating numbers. It's about an energetic unlocking. It is a moment where the barriers that usually separate the material and the spiritual, the known and the unknown, become thinner. If you've been feeling restless, sensing something beyond the ordinary but unable to put it into words, today might be the day you finally understand why. This energy shift isn't something external. It's happening within you. If you're reading this, it means you are already attuned to it, consciously or unconsciously. This is an opportunity to align yourself with the higher frequencies that are now flooding in. The universe is calling, and it's asking, are you ready to listen? Because once you open your eyes to what's truly happening, once you recognize the patterns, you will never see things the same way again. And that's exactly how it's meant to be. When energy shifts on a profound level, reality itself can start to feel different. It's not just a subtle change, it's an internal recalibration that influences your emotions, thoughts, and even the way you experience the world. You may find yourself withdrawing, not out of sadness or avoidance, but because your energy field is undergoing a transformation. Conversations that once felt effortless might suddenly feel draining. Even the presence of loved ones, who usually bring comfort, may seem overwhelming. This isn't a sign that something is wrong. It's evidence that your spirit is adjusting to a new frequency. During times like these, When powerful energetic portals open, they create a pull that draws you inward. It's as if your soul is downloading vast amounts of information, insights, and upgrades, and the external world, with all its noise and distractions, becomes too much to process. You're not isolating yourself out of loneliness. Rather, you are reconnecting with the deepest parts of your being. Those who are highly sensitive or spiritually attuned will feel this shift most intensely, experiencing it as a period of deep introspection, heightened intuition, and even physical sensations like fatigue, tingling, or vivid dreams. This is not depression, nor is it a sign of emotional distress. Instead, it is an energetic cocoon, a sacred space where transformation takes place before you emerge renewed and realigned. The more you embrace this silence, the more clarity you will gain. The universe speaks in whispers, not shouts. And during these moments of stillness, you are given the opportunity to hear what it has been trying to tell you. But if you resist, if you attempt to push through as if nothing is happening, you may find yourself feeling exhausted, irritable, or even physically unwell. This is because your body and spirit are asking for rest, integration, and time to adjust to the new vibrational state you are entering. Honor this process. Sometimes the best thing you can do is step back and surrender to the shift. Silence is not an absence of movement. Rather, it is where the most profound transformations take place. Many expect dramatic signs. When energy portals open, sudden revelations, unmistakable synchronicities, or bursts of inspiration. But the truth is, the most significant shifts happen in the quietest moments. These portals amplify the power of manifestation, making the energy you put out now more potent than ever. This is where many people misunderstand the process. They assume that if they don't see immediate, tangible results, nothing is happening. But transformation is not always instant. It often begins beneath the surface, unfolding in layers, aligning unseen forces before they materialize in the physical world. Right now, your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are shaping your reality more rapidly than usual. What you focus on today, what you believe is possible, and what you energetically align with will ripple into your future in ways you might not yet see. Trust in this process. Just as seeds take time to sprout beneath the soil before breaking through the surface, so too does your personal evolution. This period of recalibration is not about rushing toward an outcome. It's about allowing the shift to occur, knowing that when the time is right, you will step forward transformed. This is the pivotal moment where many people lose their sense of trust in the process. They grow impatient, anxious for results, and in their desperation, they begin to force things into existence. They try to control outcomes, manipulate situations, and push their desires forward before they have fully taken shape. But this approach is not only ineffective, it actively disrupts the very manifestation they seek. It is akin to planting a seed and repeatedly digging it up to check if it is growing. The natural order of life does not work that way. Growth, transformation, and manifestation operate in unseen realms long before they become visible in our reality. Those who understand the power of patience, who recognize that real change is taking place beneath the surface, are the ones who will wake up weeks or months from now and realize that their entire reality has shifted in ways they never could have predicted. They may not see the changes happening in real time, but they trust the process enough to know that something profound is unfolding. On the other hand, those who succumb to impatience, who try to manipulate the process and force their will upon it, will only find themselves in a cycle of frustration and exhaustion. Their efforts will feel futile because they are working against the natural rhythm of the universe rather than aligning with it. The truth is, the more you push and force things today, the more resistance you create. The very things you are trying to attract may be just within reach. But by acting out of desperation or fear, you block their arrival. If it feels like nothing is happening, that is often when the biggest shifts are occurring beneath the surface. It is during these quiet moments when everything seems still and uncertain that the most profound transformations are underway. You may not see them, but you can feel them. A subtle, almost eerie sense of detachment from things that once felt familiar. People, places, and situations that once resonated with you might now feel foreign or distant. It can be disorienting, even unsettling, but it is not a loss. It is a recalibration. It is an upgrade. You are shifting. Your energy is evolving. The frequency you once aligned with is no longer a match for the person you are becoming. This transition may feel uncertain, and your mind may try to cling to what feels familiar. But trust that this shedding is necessary. You are stepping into a higher vibration, one that aligns with your truest self. And while the in-between phase may feel confusing, it is not a void. It is a gateway. It is the space where transformation is solidifying. Right now, manifestation is happening at an accelerated rate. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are shaping your future faster than ever before. This is not the time to dwell on fear, doubt, or frustration. Instead, it is the time to be deeply intentional. The universe is not responding to what you say you want. It is responding to your vibration. Your energy is the blueprint for what you attract. If you feel called to start something new, to make a bold change, or to release old patterns that no longer serve you, this is your moment. Step into it with trust. Let go of the need to control. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You are standing at the precipice of transformation, a moment so charged with potential that it is shaping the very fabric of your future. Fear and doubt, the shadows of past conditioning, have long held you in cycles of repetition, reliving old wounds, replaying familiar struggles, and reinforcing limitations that no longer serve you. But something within you has stirred, something ancient and undeniable, a knowing, a whisper from the deepest part of your soul that tells you, it is time. Faith and clarity are not just abstract concepts. They are forces of creation, frequencies that unlock doors you once thought were sealed shut. Today, the energy is potent, vibrating with the power to shift timelines, to dissolve the barriers that have kept you tethered to the past. The version of you that embraces this shift, that surrenders to the unknown, will walk through a doorway into a reality beyond anything your mind could have scripted. A reality where opportunities align effortlessly, where synchronicities unfold like a sacred dance, and where your highest potential is not just a distant dream, but an unfolding reality. But there is another version of you, the one who resists, the one who clings to old narratives, who finds comfort in familiar suffering, who second-guesses every nudge from the universe. That version will remain where it has always been, trapped in loops of hesitation, reliving the same lessons until the discomfort becomes unbearable. You are at a crossroads. A portal stands before you, but it will not remain open indefinitely. It is not a matter of luck or fate. It is a matter of choice. The universe is always responding to the energy you emit, mirroring back the reality you are willing to accept. And right now, it is asking you, are you ready? This is not just another moment in time. This is the moment. The moment where you recognize that the limitations you once believed were walls are nothing more than illusions waiting to dissolve. The moment where you see that the weight you have carried, expectations that were never truly yours, roles you played just to belong, connections that drained you instead of nourishing you, was never meant to define you. And the moment where you finally decide to set it all down, you are not who you were yesterday. A shift has taken place within you. Not a fleeting realization, but a deep, undeniable transformation. The spaces that once confined you are shrinking, dissolving into irrelevance, making way for something greater. And you are expanding, stepping into alignment, becoming the version of yourself that was always waiting on the other side of fear. The universe is speaking. The energy is here, vibrating with possibility. The question is, will you answer? As you continue on this journey of transformation, you might begin to notice the subtle yet profound ways in which the world responds to your newfound energy. People around you may begin to act differently. Some may withdraw without offering an explanation, their absence forming quiet voids in your life, leaving behind nothing but echoes. Others may seem restless, unsettled, as though they can no longer find their footing in your presence. And the truth is, they can't. They were attuned to a version of you that no longer exists, aligned with a frequency you have long since transcended. They do not know how to engage with this new you, this luminous being who has broken free from the weight of the past. You have stepped beyond the constraints of the low vibrations that once dictated your reality. And, as a result, you have become something greater, something untethered, something unfamiliar even to yourself. The people who once resonated with you may find themselves lost in your radiance, unable to follow where you are going. And that is okay. Growth is not meant to be universally understood. It is meant to be lived. Some will see your evolution as inspiration, a call to rise alongside you, while others will retreat into the comfort of the familiar. The reactions are not a reflection of you, but of their own readiness to embrace transformation. With this shift comes a newfound clarity, a deep inner knowing that your old fears no longer define you. They feel distant now, like stories from another lifetime. You remember them, but they no longer have power over you. The doubts that once whispered in the corners of your mind, the anxieties that gripped your heart, the self-sabotaging thoughts that kept you stuck in cycles of hesitation, all of them are beginning to lose their hold. They are becoming nothing more than shadows receding into the background of your consciousness. You are not simply moving forward. You are transcending, rising beyond what once held you captive. And when you do that, the past does not chase you. It does not demand your return. It releases you, but only if you release it first. The emptiness you feel is not a void to be feared. It is not loneliness. It is space. Space for something new, something expansive, something aligned with the version of you that is still unfolding. This is the transition, the in-between, the sacred pause between who you were and who you are becoming. It may feel like abandonment, but in truth, it is ascension. And when you ascend, you cannot carry everything with you. Everything beneath your new level must either rise with you or fade away. This is the unspoken law of transformation, one that your soul understands even when your mind struggles to make sense of it. For perhaps the first time in your life, you are seeing reality without distortion, without illusion, without the comfortable lies that once shielded you from discomfort. It is unsettling, isn't it? How everything appears the same on the surface, yet something feels so profoundly different. The air is heavier with truth, yet lighter with possibility. The silence is no longer empty. It speaks in ways you never noticed before. This is what it means to awaken, to see, to feel, to know without explanation. It is both terrifying and exhilarating. But most of all, it is liberating. For the first time in your life, you are not responding from a place of old wounds, assumptions, or conditioned expectations. You are not filtering reality through the lens of past pain or wishful thinking. You are simply seeing clearly, honestly, and without distortion. And the truth in all its rawness is either setting you free or making you profoundly uncomfortable, perhaps both at once. Maybe you're noticing that someone's words no longer align with their energy, that their actions and intentions are out of sync in a way you can no longer ignore. Maybe a place that once felt like home, once wrapped around you like a familiar embrace, now feels distant and foreign, like a chapter of your life you no longer belong to. Maybe a dream that once filled you with fire and purpose now feels strangely empty, as if it was never truly yours, but rather an expectation you mistook for a calling. It's not that these changes happened overnight. It's not that the people, places, or aspirations suddenly shifted beyond recognition. The transformation is within you. Your perception is no longer softened by old illusions. The comforting haze that once blurred the edges of reality has lifted, leaving nothing but the unfiltered truth before you. And while clarity is a gift, it is also a challenge. Because once you have seen things for what they are, you cannot unsee them. Once truth settles into your bones, you cannot unknow it. You cannot return to ignorance, no matter how much easier it might seem. The most dangerous thing you could do in this moment is dismiss what you see, to brush it off as overthinking, to tell yourself it's just a coincidence, to convince yourself that you need more proof, more validation, more time. But this is the sign. This is the moment you have been waiting for, the shift you have longed for without even realizing it. Now, the choice is yours. You can let this newfound clarity fade, push it to the back of your mind, drown it out with distractions, and slip back into the comfort of the familiar. You can stay where you are, convincing yourself that safety is better than truth, that numbness is easier than growth. Or you can use this moment for what it is, a door opening, an invitation to something more. You can break the cycle. You can make the move. You can choose what is real over what is easy. Because this is not just another fleeting realization, not just another passing thought. This is your wake-up call. The question is, what will you do with it? Something is stirring beneath the surface of your reality. Something unexplainable. Something that defies logic and dismantles the carefully laid plans you once relied upon. It is not a mere coincidence, nor a fleeting moment of curiosity. It is a shift, a transformation, an unraveling of the old to make way for something new. You may not recognize it at first, but when it arrives, it will touch every aspect of your being, resonating in ways you never thought possible. This unfolding will not follow the paths you have known. It will not arrive through the doors you expected to open. It will be sudden, unexpected, and yet strangely familiar, like a forgotten melody suddenly playing in the background of your life, awakening something deep within. For some, this shift will manifest as an uncontrollable pull towards an unfamiliar place. Perhaps a last-minute detour, an unplanned journey, or a missed exit that forces you to take another route. It will feel like an accident, an error in judgment. But when you arrive, when you stand in that space, you will feel the unmistakable weight of destiny settling over you. The people you meet, the words exchanged, the precise timing of your arrival, it will be too perfect, too seamless to be mere chance. In that moment, you will understand that you were always meant to be there. For others, the shift will come in the form of a reunion, an echo from the past that refuses to be forgotten. A person, long absent from your life, will suddenly reappear, not by accident, but by design. A name flashing across your screen. An unexpected encounter in a place you never thought you would be. A message that pulls you back into a connection you thought had faded into nothingness. But this return is not a mistake. It is a recalibration, a chance to revisit something unresolved, to realign with a piece of yourself that you had unknowingly left behind. You will realize in that moment that life is not random. It never was. And then there are those whose transformation will occur in complete silence. No dramatic shifts, no external signs, no grand revelations. Instead, a quiet knowing will settle within them, a whisper in the depths of their soul. Without warning, they will sense that something has shifted, not in the world around them, but within themselves. A new awareness, a deeper understanding, a release of an old identity that no longer serves them. And as this change takes root, their external reality will begin to mirror it. The things that once held them back will crumble. The constraints they thought were unbreakable will dissolve. And in the stillness of that realization, they will feel something they have not felt in a long time: freedom. This is not the end of a chapter. It is the beginning of an entirely new story. You are stepping beyond the limits of what you once believed was possible. The weight of past versions of yourself is falling away, and in its place, there is a newfound clarity. This shift is an invitation, an opening into a reality where you are no longer bound by old fears, outdated beliefs, or self-imposed limitations. You're being drawn into something greater, something richer, something more aligned with who you truly are. And as you stand at the threshold of this new timeline, know this: you are exactly where you are meant to be. The past has served its purpose, and the future is waiting to be written. Let go of the need to control how it unfolds. Trust in the unseen forces that are guiding you. The unknown is not something to be feared. It is where magic is born. Life is constantly shifting, unfolding, and reshaping itself around you. It moves in ways that are sometimes gentle and sometimes abrupt, but always with intention. You are not meant to remain stagnant, to stay confined in the safety of the known. Growth requires movement, expansion, and the courage to step into the unfamiliar. When you feel resistance within yourself, when you sense fear creeping in, understand that it is not a warning to retreat, but an invitation to rise. It is a signal that transformation is underway, that the very fabric of your existence is being rewoven to align with who you are becoming. Trust in the unfolding, even when it feels disorienting. You are not meant to shrink back into the comfort of the past, no matter how familiar it may seem. The universe is not tearing you away from what you once knew to punish you. It is clearing space, creating room for something more aligned with your deepest desires, even the ones you haven't yet spoken aloud. There are moments in life when everything feels uncertain, when the path ahead is shrouded in mist, and you wonder if you're lost. But you're not lost. You're being guided. You're being found in a way that is deeper and truer than ever before. What may feel like falling apart is, in truth, a shedding of layers that no longer serve you. It is the breaking away of old patterns, outdated beliefs, and attachments that have weighed you down. It is painful at times, but necessary. You are not being abandoned in this process. You are being held, supported, and led towards something far greater than you could have imagined. The discomfort you feel is not a punishment. It is a sign that you are outgrowing the space you once occupied. Trust in this discomfort. Trust in the unknown, because the life you have always longed for exists beyond the limits of your old self. Breathe deeply. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Move forward with faith, even when the road ahead is unclear. Your new reality is already taking shape. waiting for you to step into it with open arms and an open heart. Everything is aligning in ways you cannot yet see. But one day, soon, the pieces will fit together, and you will understand why it had to happen this way. The people, the opportunities, and the lessons that are appearing in your life now are not coincidences. The universe does not work through randomness. Every crossing of paths, every unexpected encounter, every moment of synchronicity is a thread in the larger tapestry of your journey. You have been here before, in one way or another, and these moments return to remind you of something. Perhaps a lesson you have yet to master, a love you are meant to rekindle, or a truth you are finally ready to embrace. At first, these moments may seem like obstacles, challenges that disrupt the rhythm of your life. But look closer. Within what appears to be an ending, there is the seed of a beginning. Within what seems like loss, there is the opening of space for something new to take root. The universe does not take away without giving something in return, though sometimes the gift arrives in disguise. It is up to you to recognize it, to see the meaning beneath the surface, to listen to the whispers of destiny urging you forward. Do not dismiss these signs as mere coincidences. They are messages, guiding you toward your highest path. The question is not whether the universe is speaking to you. It always is. The question is whether you are willing to listen, to trust, and to take the step forward into the life that is waiting for you. The signs you seek aren't hidden. They're already surrounding you, woven into the fabric of your everyday life, waiting to be acknowledged. You don't have to search for them because they are persistently revealing themselves, whispering their presence through the seemingly ordinary details of your world. The universe has a way of speaking in patterns, symbols, and synchronicities, gently nudging you toward awareness. Take a moment and check the clock. Perhaps you've been glancing at it at the same time repeatedly, noticing a familiar sequence of numbers staring back at you. Maybe today, the number 3 keeps making its presence known, appearing in the most unexpected places, on receipts, timestamps, addresses, or even in the number of messages waiting for you on your phone. You might dismiss it as a coincidence, but deep down, you can feel that it's more than that. It's as if the universe is sending you a signal, urging you to pay attention, to connect the dots, to recognize that what seems random is actually deliberate. These signs are not just passive affirmations. They are active messages, waiting to be understood. Numbers are not meaningless. They carry vibrations, energy, and intelligence, forming a language of their own. Every time a specific number appears in your reality, it is marking a moment, a shift in thought, a crossroads, an unseen force guiding you toward a choice. It's as if the universe is gently tapping you on the shoulder, offering a whisper of reassurance or a nudge in a new direction. Consider what you were thinking about just before you noticed the pattern. Were you questioning something, wrestling with a decision, doubting your path? These moments of synchronicity are not random. They are responses to your energy, reflections of the unseen forces shaping your reality. The numbers that keep appearing are clues, puzzle pieces meant to be put together, guiding you toward clarity. But noticing them isn't enough. Awareness is just the beginning. The true magic happens when you engage with these messages, when you allow them to influence your thoughts and actions. The next time you see a repeating number, don't just shrug it off. Pause, breathe, reflect. What is happening in that moment? What emotions are surfacing? What choices lie ahead of you? The answer isn't hidden. It has always been there, waiting for you to listen. When you truly open your eyes, you'll realize that these signs have been speaking to you all along, gently guiding you toward the path you are meant to walk. The more you acknowledge these signs, the more they reveal themselves to you, weaving into the fabric of your daily experience like a thread connecting you to something greater. It's not just a random signal. It's a powerful feedback loop, a conversation between you and the unseen forces at play. The moment you begin to recognize these subtle nudges, the universe responds, amplifying them, creating a flow of synchronicities that seem almost too perfect to be coincidence. And right now, you are standing in a rare and fleeting moment, a portal of immense potential that won't remain open forever. This portal is not merely an abstract concept. It is a temporary breach in the normal flow of reality, a liminal space where energy shifts in ways that defy logic. In this state, manifestations are accelerated, intuition sharpens, and the whispers of the universe grow louder. You may feel a heightened sense of awareness, an unshakable feeling that something is changing, even if you can't quite articulate what it is. The very air around you seems charged, humming with possibility, vibrating with the anticipation of something just beyond the horizon. Yet, what many fail to realize is that when this portal eventually closes, it doesn't simply vanish without a trace. It leaves behind an imprint, a residue of energy that continues to shape reality long after the gateway itself has faded. The choices you make in this moment will ripple outward, influencing events that may not fully materialize until weeks or even months later. This is why major life changes often seem to unfold after periods of deep transformation, because the seeds of those changes were planted in moments just like this. The portal is a vessel, a cosmic deposit box, in which your thoughts, intentions, and desires are stored, waiting for the right conditions to bloom into form. Right now, this amplification process is at its peak. Every thought you think, every action you take, every feeling you nurture is being magnified and woven into the future you are creating. The energy you put forth is not simply dissipating, it is being absorbed, processed, and reflected back to you in ways you may not yet comprehend. This is the essence of co-creation, understanding that you are not merely drifting through life at the mercy of external forces. You are a conscious architect, a participant in the intricate dance of existence, shaping reality with every breath, every choice, every pulse of emotion. So the question is not whether the universe is responding. It always is. The real question is, what are you offering to this sacred exchange? What intentions are you casting into the unseen currents? What beliefs are you reinforcing? And what possibilities are you allowing yourself to embrace? Because what you leave behind in this moment will continue to unfold long after the portal has closed. Now is the time to align yourself with what you truly desire, to move with purpose, to trust that the forces guiding you are real, even if you can't yet see their full impact. The signs are here, the energy is shifting, and the door is open. But only for a little while. Step through with intention, and let the future you seek begin to take shape. Throughout history, there have been countless stories of individuals who, at crucial turning points in their lives, encountered signs that seemed to guide them toward their destiny. These moments of synchronicity often appear subtle at first, yet they carry profound significance. Consider the person who repeatedly notices the numbers 1111 on a clock just as they are about to make a life-altering choice. Whether it be pursuing a new career, moving to a different city, or finally taking a leap of faith into the unknown. In that instant, they may feel an inexplicable sense of reassurance, as if the universe is quietly affirming their path, nudging them forward with an invisible hand. Similarly, another individual might find themselves wandering into an old bookstore, absent-mindedly picking up a worn, dusty book, only to discover that its pages contain the precise wisdom they needed to hear at that moment. The words resonate deeply, answering long-held questions, soothing silent doubts, or offering clarity that had previously seemed unattainable. It may feel as though this book was waiting for them, patiently holding the message, until the exact right time when they were ready to receive it. Then there are those who hear the same song over and over again, perhaps on the radio, in a cafe, or even in the most unexpected places, only to realize that the lyrics contain a hidden message meant just for them. The song's words speak directly to their soul, mirroring their struggles, fears, or aspirations, offering guidance and comfort in ways that seem almost too precise to be coincidence. The repetition is a whisper from the universe, reminding them to listen carefully, to pay attention, and to trust the journey they are on. These experiences are not mere accidents or random occurrences. They are moments of alignment, instances when the unseen forces of the universe converge to provide reassurance, direction, and validation. They serve as gentle reminders that we are exactly where we need to be, even when we feel lost, uncertain, or overwhelmed. These signs remind us that life has an intricate, unseen pattern, one that is constantly unfolding in ways we may not fully comprehend at the time, but will eventually come to recognize as essential to our growth. When we open our minds and hearts to these messages, we begin to see that life is not just a series of disconnected events, but a beautifully orchestrated journey. Every sign, every coincidence, every moment of synchronicity is an invitation to trust the process, to believe in something greater than ourselves, and to embrace the mysterious, guiding presence that is always there, leading us toward our highest potential. If you've ever experienced a deep, unexplainable feeling about something, an instinctual pull, an inner knowing that seemed to arise out of nowhere, you understand the immense power of intuition. It's that quiet voice within, that subtle yet persistent sensation guiding you toward the right path, even when logic and external circumstances suggest otherwise. Yet, how often do we brush it aside, labeling it as coincidence, irrationality, or mere imagination? The truth is, your intuition is not random. It is not a fleeting thought or an arbitrary signal lost in the noise of daily life. It is a finely tuned guidance system, shaped by your subconscious mind, your experiences, and an unseen wisdom that transcends logical reasoning. It is the language of the universe, the whisper of your higher self, always speaking, always directing, always nudging you toward the best possible outcomes. But the question remains, are you truly listening? Or have you been conditioned to doubt it, to prioritize external validation over inner knowing? In a world dominated by data, logic, and analysis, we often suppress this natural ability, dismissing it as unreliable or unscientific. However, history is filled with stories of great minds, visionaries, and innovators who relied on intuition to make groundbreaking discoveries and life-changing decisions. Albert Einstein himself credited intuition as the source of his most profound insights. And countless artists, leaders, and pioneers have spoken of moments where they simply knew what they had to do, even without tangible evidence. The more you trust these inner messages, the more clearly they speak to you. Intuition strengthens with acknowledgement, just as a muscle grows with exercise. When you honor its guidance, when you act upon those gut feelings instead of ignoring them, you cultivate a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. The universe, in turn, responds to this awareness. It expands in alignment with your consciousness, amplifying the signals and creating synchronicities that affirm you are on the right path. Right now, in this very moment, your intuition is trying to tell you something. It could be a whisper urging you to take a new direction, a feeling reminding you to pay attention to an opportunity, or an inexplicable sense of unease warning you of something unseen. Whatever it is speaking. It has always been speaking. The question is, are you ready to listen? Life constantly sends us signals, subtle whispers, unexpected encounters, and strange coincidences that often go unnoticed in the rush of daily life. But if you pause, truly pause, and give your full attention to these moments, you may begin to see a pattern, a rhythm, a deeper meaning woven into the fabric of your experiences. This is not about superstition or mere happenstance. It's about tuning into the wisdom that exists all around you, just waiting to be acknowledged. So here's what you do. Listen deeply and intently. Pay attention to the little things that seem out of place, the moments that tug at your intuition. When something unusual happens, a conversation that feels oddly timed, a symbol that repeatedly appears in different contexts, an inner knowing that refuses to be ignored, stop. Instead of brushing it aside as a mere coincidence, ask yourself, what is this trying to tell me? Sit with the question without forcing an answer. Let it simmer in your consciousness. Let the feeling settle in, and trust that the answer will reveal itself in due time. By doing this, you begin to step into a new way of being, one where life is not a series of random, disconnected events, but a rich, unfolding dialogue between you and the universe. You start to see that life isn't just happening to you, it's happening with you. You are not merely a passive observer, but an active participant in this grand cosmic interplay. In this space, you co-create with the unseen forces that shape your reality. Everything begins to feel interconnected. The more you trust this process, the more you will notice that the universe has always been guiding you. It was just waiting for you to listen. And if you've made it this far, I want to thank you for your presence, for your willingness to engage with these ideas. If this resonates with you and you'd like to explore more of these concepts, consider subscribing. Your support helps create a space for deeper conversations, for meaningful reflections, and for the exploration of life's mysteries. And if you've had experiences where you felt the universe was sending you a message, moments that felt too significant to be mere chance, I would love to hear about them. Share your stories in the comments, because when we come together and share our insights, we validate each other's experiences and deepen our collective understanding. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, and most importantly, stay present. Life is always speaking to you. Make sure you're listening.